I did. My camera keeps bugging out with OBS, so I don't want to like do the point thing.
Amateur.
So it's like I've been keeping my camera off because fucking Discord freezes. Anyway, we're live. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome back.
It's good to be back. It feels like we haven't played in a month, even though it's been a week.
Yeah. After last week's bullshit, it's kind of like
I don't know what
hate
you're talking
you.
about. Last week was a perfectly reasonable and easy session.
And totally normal.
Man. So,
Speaking of normal, do you want to play some D&D?
oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Huzzah! Here we go. Picking up where we left off. The party having some time to deliberate before their council meeting to discuss the final preparations on their assault on Zane and his stronghold. As you were preparing and discussing the bits of research you were able to do in the short period you had in the Hell Library, you were visited by your good old friend Babby. Babby wanted to connect as he just got back in town after visiting Ashfeller, collecting whatever resources he could based on your instructions, things that had to do with binding of creatures with ritual magics that allow you to potentially reconstitute a prison already created. After some extensive research on his end, he was able to partially devise, but also kind of repurpose a binding ritual that he thinks could work for potentially using the anchor that you already have, the dragon blood's gem that, well, he doesn't know what's inside of it, but that you have that is currently housing a individual. He basically went over the groundwork of if we can somehow get Zane inside of this circle that we either have drawn or brought with us and expend enough of our own magical potential. Like, this is something beyond the abilities of any of you individually, but if you were to gather your resources, use the casters that you had, and everyone put in a little bit of effort, you might be able to use this circle plus the soul gem to essentially bind Zane and force what is currently in the gem out of it. You quickly went to work learning the ritual circle, talking about potentially sewing it into a rug as an easy way of transporting it with you and putting it down flat for when you needed to instead of having to draw it out by hand in the moment. While those conversations were happening, Babby pulled Valir aside, Valir telling you that while he was in Ashfeller, he had a moment to talk to the broker, and he seemed off. There was something not right about his demeanor. He was hyper fixated on a problem that, you know, the notes, it's not that Dabby hasn't had his own moments of just scrolling endlessly about a topic. They seemed scattered and disoriented and honestly gibberish in so many ways. He was concerned because it seemed like whether he was coping with the death of Katori, he wasn't accepting it and didn't truly like have a feel for what has happened and what is occurring. Uh, with things like that in mind, Vinteth, you reached out to the broker and wanted to see where he was at with things that you had discussed, and basically asked if he had seen Babby recently. And to which he said that no, he sent Katori to go fetch him, but they should be back soon. You reached out to Llewellyn to find out if Babby's story was true, that Babby had visited the broker recently, and turns out he had. Questions abound, and as you kind of had this moment of thinking about whatever is going on with the broker, you took time to search through the last correspondence he sent you all, that giant packet of papers. And while not much, you could tell that there's places just in the margins of some of the papers that he was drawing and pulling together, doodles that didn't make sense, words and phrases that had nothing to do with what on the page, things that at the time you just chalked up to a man who's got a bajillion things on his mind, but might be a little bit more than they originally let on. As Babby said his goodbyes, you all did your final preparations before an evening's rest, knowing that in the morning or sometime the next day, you'd be meeting with the Council of Elders to discuss your final plans. Saishori, you took a moment while everyone else was deep in conversation to check on the piece of parchment that you found that had emanated something of the grandfather, of conquest. And while the information on the page wasn't anything special or related to what the findings Vinteth was talking about, you couldn't help but get the essence of the energy that was in that page. While on a smaller scale, it had the presence of what you can only, with your senses and your vague understanding of your new relationship to the grandfather, be either a piece of or somehow related to these beacons that he has quested you to light for him. But other than that, the night went pretty uneventful. You all got a long rest. For some, much needed. But as you wake up the following morning, the meeting with the elders imminent. Is there anything you wish to do? You find yourselves in your rooms of choice. The day is yours and yours alone. Seven's deadly sins. What would you like to do?
Gotta get a meeting out of the way. We'll get that for everyone.
How long until the? How much
I
time do
guess
we
we
have?
could listen to them first, and then tell them about the plan with Bobby, Babby.
I'm fine hearing them out first. They've had time to construct their own plans, so maybe they'll surprise us with something. Otherwise, I'm fine relying on us. Zaishora, you said you're not mentioning anything else except for our plans to deal with Zane at this time, correct?
Correct.
Okay. As long as everybody knows. Uh, beyond the plans to deal with Zane, is there anything else anyone wants to address this meeting with the council?
No.
What about our own plans when it comes to, if they ask us for our plans when it comes to the actual approach, the assault? I hope they'll be scouting, but if we have any initial thoughts there, this might be the time to share them. At the very least, we can share the details of what the base of operations looked like before, knowing that he's almost certainly made some changes, but some information is better than none. Maybe we can sketch it out to the best of our recollections. Try to get a map together for today's meeting.
That's a really good idea.
I can do that. I made
Okay.
notes of it when we're going in, so we'd be able to leave quicker last time, so it should work.
Perfect. I'm fine sitting down and helping with that if I'm able to.
Yeah. 7 doesn't have paper.
I have parchment, don't worry.
I'll go with
See, I'll sit down with 7 and
we'll start
work on
with
getting this
7.
done before the meeting.
All
There
right. So, Ravi and 7, as you sit down to work on a potential just map and anything you could remember about the stronghold where Zane had himself last time you met. Valir, you still have sewing that you can still work on if you'd like to sit down and take some time to do that. Vinteth, Suji, Saishori, is there anything particular you want to do before you have this meeting? It's just you have a couple hours probably before you are summoned. Essentially, is there anything you wish to accomplish, or you can help out with any of the existing tasks if you wish?
I am perfecting this fucking ritual circle, and I'm working with Valir. Figure out how we're gonna get it on the carpet.
Okay.
That sure is contemplating reaching out to Brial or not.
Would I have enough time to go back to Courtspear to see if like the sword's like finished or?
Yeah. I mean, if you ran there and came back, you'd probably burn an hour and a half or two, give or take.
I might do that. See if we could get it prepared to like shows I show you later.
Okay.
Basically, just tell them that like, hey, I'm gonna step away. I'll be back for it.
Sounds good. So for this, then, 7 and Ravi, give me
Mhm.
either one of you with advantage, or you can do it separately, and I will take the average. Um, Either survival or history checks.
I could do history with advantage if that works for you. 7.
All right.
Oh my goodness. I think that's worth a reroll for the day. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give that one more try. Well, it's not great, but it's better than before. So we're gonna stick with the 15 on that history check.
15.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, using just the two of you kind of bouncing off each other and even just like yelling out to somebody in the like if you guys are in the same room, just taking in all the information you guys gathered from when you guys were split and doing separate things in the stronghold, talking about the way that way the castle wall was essentially jutting out from the side of the rock and ran the entire length. You talk about the sections that you either personally destroyed or were already destroyed when you got there. You mark off like where the front doors were, any of the chambers that you were able to, where the prison was, where the armory was, where some of you spent an extensive period of time. But yeah, you get a good rough layout of everything that you as a party had seen. Obviously, I would say, Ravi, between you and 7, you had an idea of just how big this compound was, and you kind of sketched like, well, this is how much of this we got to explore in that chunk of time we were there. This is how much is unaccounted for. And by the end of it, you think you guys probably have a good 60% mapped out.
Okay,
All right.
that works.
Good. That's not bad. I was mainly just know where we entered and up into the castle walls that I destroyed. Start throwing people off them.
It's not going to be perfect 7, but it's better than nothing, and it's more than we had to present before. So, I'll take it.
I'm very confident we can at least get back there. I can. Oh, it'd be great if you could make me giant again, though, when we get there. Or maybe Babby. It was fun.
Simultaneously. All right, Valir, give me. Let's call this a sleight of hand check.
Let him. All right.
Yeah.
Ten.
And then I'll say Vinteth, give me. Yeah, for ritual circle. Give me a religion check.
Mm. 17.
Valir and Vinteth, as the two of you kind of sit down in the same space and you are working. Valir, I think about the first half hour into this, you remember how long it's been since you've like actually done and sat and done like embroidery and stitch. Like you've done stitch work recently, but you haven't done like embroidery in a long time, probably since you were a kid. And you just remember, wow, this was always tedious, and now I'm making something that I have. Like this isn't a pattern that you drew. This is like just something arcane and foreign to you. But you chug along, and over the next couple hours, using Vinteth as like kind of your sounding board, Vinteth, you sit there and catch Valir a couple times, like, oh no, wait, we have to cut the line this way, and you kind of have to like unstitch a couple things and restitch it the right way. Valir, you think it's going to take you, especially if you guys want to complete multiple? I know that was talked about as an option.
Yeah.
One at your current pace is probably going to take you 2 days to get fully like embroidered into one of these rugs.
It is for
So
one.
yeah, to get one in a position where Vinteth, you look at it and you go, okay, this will work as a circle. Because Vinteth, I think you know a little bit more about like not having, flaws in the lines and not being able to complete the magic circles. Like, like it has to be not perfect, but pretty darn close. For at least what you're attempting to do.
Mm. Sloppy.
It's been a while. Okay. You gotta remember, I left family business forever ago. My sister was mainly the one handling all this. I mean, that's why I went out to buy some material so I could practice. I'm surprised I even got this far because it's not like riding the bike at all.
This is why we're prototyping.
Yeah. I mean, I could always try to talk to my sister, see if she has any pointers, but there's only so much non-hands-on help that can actually be beneficial to me, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
And it better be fine.
It'll work. Trust me, it'll work.
This has to work. Solves 2 birds with 1 stone.
It does. Don't worry. I'll keep at it. I'll try to make that muscle memory kick in. Trying to work at this.
Would it be easier to stitch the pattern in straight geometric lines and then go back over it? The actual pattern? Could we make a template?
Yeah, definitely. Usually do work off templates for the most part.
So this piece of the circle, this piece of the circle, this piece of the circle, and then this lines up with this. Yeah, I think this is gonna work. I'm gonna start splitting up pieces of paper into sections as templates for him to mark.
As you two continue to work on that and figure out the odds and ends of getting this to align with the things that you need. Suji, give me a straight D100 roll.
$26.
You take the quick hike outside of town, up following the lava river to where the forge is. As you get there, you can see the plumes of smoke that are just kind of pouring out the backside of it. As you enter, you can hear just an absolute slur of just dwarven curse words, just absolute like stream of consciousness cursing in dwarven.
I kind of like hurry over, like, yo, you okay?
Oh fuck! Suji, yeah, help! Grab that.
Fucking slap both my arms on and pull as hard as I can.
You two just start reaching this thing out of the lava, and you can see that giant sword that you guys have been working on. He's like, just drags it out. It's like, oh, all right, got to get it on the anvil. Can you pass me the hammer over there?
Gotcha. Quickly pass it over.
Yeah, you hand it over, and it's like, all right, you know what? Actually, fuck it. This is a beast. Here, he hands you the hammer, and he starts like bracing the fucking hilt of the sword. He's just like, all right, have at it.
I'll just go into lava. Lava fucking monkey. Fire monkey form just for the extra strength and just start going at it.
All right. Give me a blacksmith check. So that would be your D20 plus wisdom plus proficiency.
He doesn't get a bonus for the monkey business.
I actually don't know how to get to my monkey form on this. I feel like I haven't really used it lately. My base wisdom's +4, but I don't think my monkey's.
Well, it's your druid. You take your base form.
Okay.
Yeah. You only replace your physical stats and you go monkey. So +4 for whiz and +3 on proficiency. So that's a 15.
You see it.
All right. So you make your way inside, immediately jump into smithing, and the two of you work probably for the next, like, you lose track of time for part of it, and you're just in the zone helping him. He's barking out orders, and like you get to that point where you're already a step ahead of where his orders are. Like, you know what you're anticipating what he wants you to do next, and you're already working towards it. At a certain point, he pulls the sword over, and you help him kind of like just again, massive, heavy chunk of metal. And he had one of the things that you guys worked on when you were here is you needed a way to have a water bath for the sword to obviously help temper the steel that also had to be consistently refreshed with water because of how fucking hot it is down here. So you help him refill the water into this tub, and he just one giant heave. You see the entire fucking place filled with white smoke just everywhere. You cannot see an inch in front of your nose with just how much hot metal hits fucking water here. You both kind of
You okay?
no.
Me neither.
Oh, fuck. Well, that sucked a little bit, but it's almost done. Just a little bit more, I think. Maybe another day or two.
Yeah, I should be able to come back. We're gonna be meeting with the elders soon. Thought we would have maybe finished it up, but yeah, this thing's a absolute beast.
Fucking nightmare. But goddamn, it's a fucking project.
This is coming out beautiful. I hope she likes it and can use it.
Oh. It's easy, even a bit of battle. I think I'll be happy with it.
Well,
So your
I'm gonna
friend,
try to protect my lungs. But wait, what were you saying?
oh, I was just making sure your friends got back okay. I know they had been away for a while.
Yeah, they were all fine. They didn't really tell me anything too much, but I think some crazy stuff's happened. Some one of the people they were traveling with was all pissed off, and they all scampered around, went around to the library and all that stuff. Interesting stuff. I mostly just have my brain on this beauty.
I understand. Yeah, no, I'm glad they made it back all right. And it sounds like you have business to take care of, but obviously, I would love to have your help finishing this up, and you're always welcome back here.
Oh, thank you so much. Also, the Warforged that came with me initially, he was saying he was missing something from his body. I sometimes zone out with all the craziness that's been going on. I've only been traveling for a few months, and there's just so much to it.
I mean, I can only imagine adventuring seems like a hard gig.
And when I was on my own, I could go weeks with nothing, you know, major happening, but now it feels like every couple days. But yeah, let me get back. I don't want them to get all cranky.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'll be here. I'm gonna take a break. That thing has been. The worst part about it is it's like we can only work on it for so many hours because of how fucking heavy it is.
Yeah, it's definitely easier in this form, but uh, we should try to get some pulleys and systems for it in the future. If you ever do something
Yeah.
that big again.
I assure you, I will never do anything that big again. I think once is enough.
Might even be able to possibly invest in making a larger forge down here. Assuming how easy. I mean, this isn't exactly the easiest area for me to get to, though.
I mean, that's fair. But yeah,
Really?
go see your friends. Go do what you gotta do. I'll be here.
Okay, I'll be back. Good luck.
I'm taking a nap.
I'll leave the Want me to leave the door open? You know, there's still a lot of smoke in here.
I mean, honestly, I'm used to it at this point.
Gotcha. Okay, see ya.
All right, as you scurry off back to town. All right, Saishori. What would you like to do? You had some time to think about it.
I'm not sure. I think I'll wait until the meeting.
Okay. Well, about midday, as you are all kind of finishing up the morning projects that you'd set out to do, Ravi and Seven, you complete at least your rough sketch of your map and pinpointing the areas that you know you could identify. Um, about this time, Valir and Vinteth, you have at least come to the conclusion about this idea of mapping out and making templates for different parts of this kind of circle and really starting to dive into that idea. You would get a knock at the door, and I think you would with other people deep in work, Saishori, I think you are the one that is kind of like startled and then like acknowledges that the door has like there's a knock at the door.
I see everyone's kind of busy. I'll just walk over to the door and I'll open it.
All right. As you open the door, standing outside is a familiar sight as you see kind of in her, vestments and kind of small like petticoat, Elvira is greeting you. Ah, Zajori. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Elvira, it's so good to see you again too. How are you doing?
Oh, I've been busy, and I'm sure all of you have as well. I know it's been some time since I know you guys went out on an excursion into the deserts outside of Zephyr. But we were, continuing what we need to do around here, and God, this is weird. No, I'm sorry. I was sent to check in to let you know that the meeting with the elders will be taking place within the next hour or so. So if you wanted to gather your supplies, your materials, anything you needed to meet with them, that is when we will start heading over to them. I can walk with you if you want, or I can meet you there, whatever is easier.
Okay, let me let everybody know first.
Of course, yes. Hello, everybody. Oh, wow, they are busy.
Yep. There's a lot happening in here. So let me just let
Elvira.
everybody know. Like, hey, we have an hour to get our shit together.
All right. The map's almost done, right, Ravi?
Yeah, should be just about as good as we can get it at the moment.
We've made pretty good progress.
Definitely. I mean, knocking out this template first definitely is going to speed up the process later on, and I think I'm starting to get the hang of this again. Times like these. Actually, you know what? Not any times like this. This is the first time I ever felt regretful of leaving the family business. Never did I think I'll be back here doing some work.
Yes,
But
I guess being a seamstress is in your blood.
yeah,
Really? No
Not the
response.
worst.
No response to the seamstress comment. Really?
it is. It is what it is. Listen, Vintef, it makes money. I don't know what to tell you. And I look, and then I kind of like, whip my the robe my sister gave me, and I look great. So I come on.
You of all people, I expected to take the rise to the. Huh.
If it's good banter,
I guess it shows how serious you are about the work. I had another idea.
what's that?
We're templating this. We'd split it up into 4 sections
Mm-hmm.
and have multiple people working on sections. Might be able to speed up our production multiple, because we could do quarters and then just sew them together. If everything lines up nice,
I see.
but
So
I would need to
What's that?
consult with Babby. I'm not entirely sure if having the pieces separated instead of continuous embroidery would work.
yeah, that's what I
We
was
should
thinking.
test
too.
out something.
Yeah, we definitely should. We should do some test runs with him, because who knows how precise this needs to be. I don't know. I don't. Well, I don't deal with magic at all, so this is your world. But
It needs to be relatively right split circle and putting it back together. In
yeah,
theory, it should work as long as the
In-
pieces connect properly.
right. But my concern about that, putting pieces together like that, is there may or may not be a seam line depending how accurate or how. Let's put it. I'm out of practice. I don't know if I can make these seam lines invisible. That's the thing, because it might just create a harsh line that might messed up the design. So, yeah, we'll test it. We'll test it.
Dan, what do you think the easiest ritual?
Easiest?
Something simple, because my idea is to draw out a quick template on a small piece of cloth, let him embroider it quickly, just a few stitches here or there, just to get the general outline, and then cut it up and put it back together and see if it still functions.
What have to be a first level spell? Find Familiar is not easy, but you know it probably the best.
What else do I identify? Else whatever you think is the easiest of those 3. That's what I'll draw.
Those 3 illusory script probably.
Yeah, should be. All right, Blair, I'm going to take this piece of cloth, draw the circle on it, but I'm going to do it dotted so you could follow the outline. So it's not accidentally my drawing of the circle working. It's going to be your embroidery, and then we're going to test it. Would this be one use only, or should we, since it's embroidered, it has multiple? Considering like
How are you asking?
I'm asking you as like a mechanic question. Considering like things like the tapestry and stuff are like multiple uses for teleportation, whatever it is. Considering that I could make an embroidery of illusionary script, it would just skip the timing potentially in the future of me having to draw the circle and then taking the 10 minutes to do the ritual versus just having it as like the component to do it like ready whenever, so I could slap it on a piece of paper and just do the ritual.
Give me, let's call it an Arcana check.
Three.
It could work.
No, we're gonna test it. I believe it should work. I don't have Babby with me right now because he probably has the answer,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna start doing it anyway.
Okay.
How do I get?
As a few minutes start to turn and you approach the end of the hour, Elvira kind of looks at all of you. It's like, well, we should probably be anything else, yes?
Yeah.
Everybody ready?
Are you done
Ready to go.
sewing? Would it take us more than an hour to do the small illusory script thing?
To do it right, yes.
DM, quick question.
Yes.
I've definitely told Elvira about Brielle before, right?
100%.
Okay. I'll walk and talk with her then.
All right. As you
Elvira,
all start. Oh, go ahead.
Elvira, you remember Brielle, right?
Yes, the one that was helping Zane with his slavery ring, yes?
Yes. The really messed up one in the head. I have
Of
a way
course.
of getting in contact with her. I've been thinking about whether or not we should try and use her for the plan. I feel like she might be too much of a variable, but maybe with her we can figure out the layout better, or figure out how to lure Zane, or where he's going to be at any given moment. I just want to get your opinion on it. She thinks we're friends.
I mean, that is certainly a good thing to have in your back pocket. Um, not fully understanding where her loyalties actually lie, I would be remiss to let her know anything is happening on our front too soon. I think one thing we do have is the element of surprise to an extent. Um, Now, pressing her for information of what is currently going on in the stronghold he keeps, whether or not they're still there, is probably potentially useful information. I don't see that as being anything that couldn't help us. I think just keeping our plans under wraps, maybe until we get there, because you could always then say the attack's happening now, sort of deal, but that is also risky if she is not. It's hard to say if whether or not she's being sincere or not, but I've seen many I've seen many of those that have been held captive by their upbringing or their allegiances. That even though they think they might have an out or friend, they revert back to what they think is safe.
I can definitely agree. You know what? I think we should play this cautiously then. You're totally right.
Yeah, like I said, it's not a terrible idea, maybe to, as we get closer, reach out and see what's happening, but keep her at arm's length is all I would say.
Okay.
And you all continue the, 20 or so minute walk from the Lava Hearth Tavern over to the Elder's Hall. As you start to approach, I think Elvira kind of looks like, okay, yes, you all know the deal. We will head inside. We have a meeting with the council and one, two. Oh, isn't somebody missing? And as you kind of all look about, kind of
Who's not here?
Suji.
Oh, oh yeah.
Whoops.
But as she says that, and you're all looking around, it's like, ah, shit, Suji's not here. You can see just kind of like sprinting through the streets, just whether or not you're still in monkey form is up to you, Suji. But yes,
I was debating on it. I thought it'd be a little bit more funny, but probably once I got towards the like entrance of the town, I would go back to elven form, just so
Okay.
they're not like, "What the fuck is that?" An on fire monkey running through hell. I don't think they would take too kindly to that.
But yeah, as you guys approach and you have this conversation, this moment of like, ah, shit, where's Suji? You see like bounding around a corner, like halfway out of breath, just Suji just kind of comes screeching to a halt.
Did I miss it? There was some issues, but this was one.
It's done.
The meeting or the sword? The
sword.
sword still needs some work.
Oh,
What about
if
the
you-
meeting?
we're
You're
on the
just
way
in
now.
time.
Oh, okay, good. It's okay to walk in there all sweaty. It is hot down here, and I just ran. Hey, let me just refresh myself. Balir, if you could help me a little, I'll splash some water, use some of his wind.
Yeah, sure. I got you.
It's like an instant shower.
Can't Ravi just hit you?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Suji, I'll help. Just here, wave my hand and make you clean them up.
Well, bang. Okay, so we ready to go in?
Ready as we'll ever be. Do we have a game plan? How we're approaching this? Our plan?
Politely.
We're gonna hear out
And
what they have to say first, and what their plan
and
is.
and when it comes to present ours, doing so with enough confidence in our device that they're going to give up the most potent magical artifact of their people for our use. So Suji, I will be talking up the manufacturer of the parts.
Mm-hmm.
They need to understand as best they can that this device is a work of master craftsmanship. They must trust it. That's my biggest priority, making sure they're aligned with what we discussed.
Yeah. So confidence will go a long ways here.
To it.
Well, when you have all deemed it ready, you may head inside.
I deem it.
It's been deemed.
If no one knows anything else.
Seven is very confident in his artistic abilities.
All right. Following Brial, heading through the familiar front archways into the clamoring desk clerky area of the Elders Hall, you can see again frantically moving tieflings carrying missives and other large stacks of paperwork and documentation. Brial kind of gives a nod to the front desk, who attempts to greet you and then realizes who you are, as you have all been here for a better part of a month now, and kind of, even if you were out traveling, have at least a decent amount of recognition around this place.
Oh yeah.
Brial leads you past the front desk over to the staircase that leads
Y'all.
to the Elders Hall. Get over here. I can't copy you. Oh well. I think I can do it the other
Elvira?
way. Yes.
Oh no, I'm asking. You keep saying Briol.
Oh my god. Brain. The other tiefling, yes. Elvira brings you upstairs. Brial's not here. But she brings you. Elvira brings you up the spiral staircase, down the familiar hallway with the stained glass windows and tapestries hanging upon the wall, to a familiar set of large obsidian double doors. Good. Can I add all? Nope. I just gotta do this. Boom. Did the new map load? I hope it loaded.
Yeah.
Voted, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
It's a very good hole. I like the statue.
Yeah, very well, because the map had exactly 5 thrones on it. Didn't
Nice.
plan that. That's just how this happened.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Like it
Sometimes
was
things work out
designed.
perfect. Sometimes it
Mhm.
works out perfectly.
Are we entering from the top or bottom of the map?
Bottom of the map, heading up towards the. You guys can get up in front. You're going to make it there. There's no combat here. I just wanted
Mhm.
you to see cool tokens that had names on them, so I can kind of point out who you're talking to. Because when
That
I
is
have to do
that is
5 voices
helpful.
at once, it gets a lot.
Hey,
Yes.
there's a cat.
There's a cat. It's off.
Cat.
His name's
I
Cat.
love how I
Cat.
love how Tinkers is Tinkers and he is Cat.
I have not made Soph a companion token yet, so I have to do that.
I mean,
So
to be fair, in game I do call him Cat most of the his actual name.
That is true.
That is completely fair. But yes, I have to make Zoth an actual companion. Dika. But yeah, you are led through the center chamber to the familiar thrones of the elders, who are not currently seated, but you can see several of them are standing around having quick conversations that as your footfalls echo through the chamber on the obsidian floor beneath you, several of them take notice of you, and there are nods, there are ends of conversations rapidly finishing up as they all start to acknowledge you and take their seats. Uh, Seven, you notice as Leola kind of just like waves at you.
Wave. Look, I got 2 friends on the council. That's 2 more than everyone else here. That's nearly the majority.
Nearly.
Yeah. 'Cause I've never claimed to be good at math.
But as you all enter, the council members all kind of acknowledge you in their own way, take their seats. As they do, Yuki, as she is known to, steps forward and kind of greets you all with a slight bow. Ah, welcome back. I thank you all and hope you've enjoyed your stay in Zephyr so far. I heard many of you took some time outside of town, which is interesting, but who am I to judge? But if we are not waiting on any other persons, I believe we are all here on the council side, and it appears all of you as well. If you're not waiting on anyone, I will call this meeting on the agreed upon topic of the assault and defeat of Zane and the Horn Hunters. No objections on your side if everyone's present, yes?
Yeah.
No
Yep.
objections.
No objections.
Wonderful. So, as we all know, we have spent the better part of the last month based on conversations previously had and council decision to mobilize a force backing and contributing to the fight on Zane and the Horn Hunters, led by Seven's Deadly Sins by contract. Yes?
That's correct.
Very well. At that time, we had discussed potentials for how to storm this stronghold in the mountains, as well as a way of moving up to 100 of our best and brightest, led by led by me. That's who. I will be there. Front line, ready to fight.
Mhm.
Yes. So, I know the last we met, things got a little bit heated, and things were thrown about taking the tapestry and potentially using that as a teleportation for the army.
That's
And
right.
and as she's kind of like stuttering over her words, Maverick kind of goes, "And we have found no better way to accomplish the goal. Isn't that right, Yuki?" You see just vein on the side of her head. We have explored a multiple amount of scenarios,
Hmm.
and I am remiss to say we have not found a better option. Assuming that, as we discussed, a plan was made, yes, by you to show how the tapestry would be transported and deployed in a way that makes sense and protects the tapestry. Yes, that is yeah, yes.
That is sorry, DM, just to jog my memory. Yuki's the one, sorry, Maverin's the one freaking out, right?
Yuki's freaking out.
Yuki's the one freaking out.
Maverick kind of called her and said, when she was like, we discussed ways of doing this using the tapestry, and Maverin's like, and we found no better way. Maverin's the one that brought you
Got
to
it.
the library, just as
Oh,
point
that's
of
right.
reference. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, so look, I brought this idea to your attention the last time we met. I wanted to return today, with our group and show that we're more than just ideas. We are taking action. I will pull the device out of my bag of holding.
Okay.
And once I have it on display. So, DM, correct me if I'm wrong. We did this. We have like a test cloth in there. Obviously, it's not their tapestry, but okay. That's I just
You
wanted
as
to
part of
confirm.
your downtime creating this, you guys spent time going topside, getting measurements, getting a material that was at least similar, if not a little bit less durable, just to be safe. Like, Robbie, stress testing. Like, you let
Yep.
Valir tell you, like, oh yeah, if we use this material, it'll be slightly less durable. So if this withstands it, this tapestry should. Type deal. Team effort.
Yep. Sounds good. All right. So I'll pull the device out and say, council members, if you will, please look. I'm going to demonstrate. I'll gesture to Suji first and say, through a combination of our efforts, both in expert design and in master blacksmithing, we've constructed this device. As you can see, it's extremely compact in nature. But what this will do is allow us to unveil the tapestry, make it usable within mere moments. Now, I'm going to move over to, I guess, how big is the tapestry again? How wide?
20 or so feet.
Yeah, that's what I figured. All right, so I'm gonna move over here to the side of the and just say, if you will, and I'm gonna activate the device and mentally cross my fingers and hope this shit works.
Give me a I want to call it performance, but I'm gonna call it a Tinker's Tool check to be nice.
Yes, let's go.
As the culmination of everybody's hard work.
Mm-hmm. That is a 21.
21. As actually, Robbie, explain to me how Robbie or Suji, some combination, explain to me how this device works. I want to hear it.
I envision this, unless you, Suji, I don't want to take this from you if you've already got something in mind. But if not, I'll go.
I'm not even gonna lie, my brain's kind of deleted that this ever even happened, but
okay.
Literally, that's why when you were telling me outside, I was kind of like, "Yep, we gotta be confident."
What did I make again?
For the most part, I just remember you and Valir doing like the tapestry stuff with Vinteth helping, and I'm just kind of like, "Yeah, I'm gonna work on my sword."
I helped
Well,
too.
okay, so the reason why this might sound familiar, because this technically was a downtime activity, which you missed when other people were doing their downtime.
Oh yeah,
and
that
you and
was
me
when
haven't talked
I
about
wasn't
yours
even
yet.
I wasn't even there for that session. That makes sense.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you were Suji was an integral part of doing the blacksmithing to create the mechanisms for this piece, is the idea.
Okay, thank God. I was a little scared for my own sanity.
Nope, you're good. Yeah. I know it doesn't help because we were also then talking about tapestries and Fleer sewing stuff tonight. So I can see where your confusion
Like I understood the Valier's tapestry and all that, and then Robbie's just like, yeah, that stuff you blacksmith. I'm like, yep, definitely me.
That's right. Sure was, buddy.
So
All
Yeah,
right,
really, if you
so
watch the VOD,
explain
it's really funny. The reaction of just like, yep, be confident.
Robbie, explain the marvels of engineering that happened here.
Sure. So the way I imagine this device is it's sort of like a spring and tension system where it's rolling the tapestry around a kind of spool, but on the back of it, it's like a solid but flexible piece of metal. So what's happening is as you press the button, the tension releases, it unfurls itself, within that flexible metal, popping out into its rigid shape. And therefore it's fully extended at that point, and also won't like get crumpled, fall over, because it's backed properly with the material.
All right. As you go over and you hit the mechanism, that spring, you all hear as the metal sheet kind of springs out, the tapestry kind of holds in place. You all hold your breath for a second as it extends all the way out and stops. Like it doesn't overextend, like things that you were worried early on in your test things. Like, okay, is this going to do this? Is it going to rip the tapestry? Ravi, as you're the only one on the other side that can look, you watch as the five elders see no tears in the tapestry that's currently hanging. It's completely flush. You watch as Callus, the kind of elder, kind of steps forward, hobbled on this like cane that he uses to keep his balance. It, I can't say I understand how it worked, but it appears feasible. See, he pokes it with his cane to see how taut it is. I see
Yes.
no issue.
And for safety and to make sure that we understand the importance, we used a piece of fabric that is a mere fraction of the strength of your tapestry, just to ensure that if there were any issues, we were working with the utmost certainty we weren't going to damage it or risk it in any way.
Callus still kind of standing there, goes poking it with his staff. Ravi, give me a perception check.
Sure.
Am I able to do it too?
15.
Since technically I'm presenting.
I'd allow it if you're waiting on the other side.
I do on my sheet though. It shows there's a what's it called, disadvantage check on my perception. How do I like remove that?
Oh, you can't technically, because you
Oh,
should be
boy.
able to roll without you're a drow, and by definition, you have disadvantage on perception checks in direct sunlight. But I got rid of that because that does not exist in my world, because that's stupid.
Gotcha. I'll just roll a d20 then. Just
Let
in
me
case.
rephrase. It's stupid for Suji. The idea is that drow who are supposed to be held to the Underdark have light sensitivity. Suji's entire backstory, even though he is drow by nature, by like race and things, lived above ground on a fucking beach. He has grown past light sensitivity. So don't come at me, chat.
Yep.
I'll figure that out in the future. I don't know why that randomly popped up now.
There should be a way to untoggle it, but yeah, just
It's a 10.
okay.
My rolls are never good.
Suji, you being more amazed, like, oh yeah, kind of it worked. Thank God. Like the nothing. You are more focused on the mechanical side of things, like nothing caught, like nothing. All your pieces were smooth and everything ran correctly down the track. That sheet of metal was probably a lot of your work of making it flexible enough that it could roll, but also, release the way you needed it to. You were focused more on that. Ravi, you watch Callus as he is kind of poking this like older tiefling, just poking it with the staff that the walking stick that he uses. As you make the comment about how you guys use the material not as durable as clearly as even close to as durable as the tapestry upstairs, you don't see the movement, but you see the slash mark left in the tapestry as he kind of goes and turns back. He's like, definitely not as durable.
Oh, so yeah, he cut it himself. Yeah, that's
Yes,
fair.
but you did not see him make a slash.
Oh, I see.
But you did see the
Right.
result.
Yes. Well, it's been properly tested now. So, when it comes to the mechanism, we're confident in its ability. It then comes down to the question of who will be the one to carry it. I'm not opposed, of course, to a member of your council or of your army being the ones to carry the device, but I would insist that we be with that person so as to deal with the extremely low possibility of any sort of mechanical issues.
Yes, that is a very good point. So by our I say rules. This has never been precedent before. We've never let the tapestry out of Zepharel topside's vicinity. But the five of us have discussed for us to feel confident in this plan, no less than 2 elders have to be topside. Simply put, we cannot afford to not have multiple people that can get this back to us if things go wrong.
Of course, that's your prerogative, and we would welcome more assistance within the topside forces.
Well, I'm certainly going. Yes, Roxas, we know you are going. Oh my God.
So excited to fight with Rexus.
So that being said, I will be staying here, of course. Are there any? I would like to go. Everyone just looks at Leola.
Oh,
Seven more excited. It's like, yeah.
Someone's gonna carry her again.
They're scaring everybody.
Yep.
I would like to see the top side. past the village, and I will protect the tapestry. So says I. Uh, I mean, Leola, it is certainly a responsibility. Are you sure? I am an elder on this council, and you said at least two, and Roxas is one, and he's made that very clear. Therefore, I am two. I will have a knight / a steed. It'll work. Mavrin speaks up. I certainly have no objections if Leola wants to be the one to accompany them. She is just as capable of any of us, so she would not have her position. There, it's decided. I'm going. All right. Yes, it seems that we have Rexus and Leola joining you.
Hmm.
Good.
We are very happy for their assistance with the frontline assault team.
So, that being said, we have our transportation for the army that you agreed upon. Rexus will be leading them once they have reached the other side. There is now, I guess, the question of the assault itself. You have this contraption, and it is proven to work. Fantastic. It can extend and release the tapestry, what seems to be essentially instantaneous, which is very good. Rexus, have we completed the time trials? Yes, we have. We have taken the last few weeks to try to figure out how many we can send through at any given time. Through the tapestry, as long as they have places to not bottleneck, we can send anywhere from a dozen to 2 dozen at a time every a few seconds. But again, the biggest point is making sure that they don't bottleneck wherever we're releasing them. So, as long as we have a place to either continuously funnel the army or release the army before things go down and we can start to have frontline troops, we can deploy pretty quickly.
So a staging ground would be ideal.
Would be ideal, but I think because of the idea of what tapestry is, this is going to be a shock and awe assault, possibly, or is that just a possible one of many possible options, depending on when we get there?
If the opportunity presents, I see no reason not to use it. Wipe him out completely, entirely.
We tried stealth last time. It was successful, but I feel like they'll be a little bit more on alert since how easily we got through.
They'll know something is coming. But we must hope they're not anywhere close to prepared for the volume of this assault.
You made a map of 60% of the stronghold, Robbie?
That's correct, Seven. Roughly, council members, we have, to the best of our recollections, details of the facility from our time in it. I'm sure a couple of your people can help, potentially with completion of this map. That said, of course, I'm sure he's made changes, fortifications, the possible introduction of traps. So we must be ready regardless.
In our last siege of there to get back, 'cause I'm sure he was shock and all. We split into 2 groups. Should work again. I've made notes of the larger entrances where we could potentially release more of your soldiers, Rexus.
Certainly. Certainly helpful to have more. Again, this becomes, I guess, part of the strategy of the whole thing. Obviously, a smaller strike force getting close to the stronghold is probably more ideal than marching with an army. But the longer it takes us to get the army through the tapestry, the more I personally, and I think the elders are of the same thought, I do not fear for the integrity of the tapestry. It is not something easily destroyed. But Maverin kind of steps forward. Something man-made can be. The longer it takes us to get the troops through, the more chances they might have to break your little contraption. If the tapestry is not held taut, it cannot produce more infantry. So getting infantry out as fast as possible is probably one of our priorities.
I agree. And that could be done as we did last time. We had a team that infiltrated their facility, but as we know, they'll likely be more prepared this time around. So we could instead begin releasing troops outside, simply assault the facility with numbers. There's no question you'll lose more people this way, but I believe that plan has a higher certainty of success. If you're looking to us for guidance, we can scout. We can scout and see if we're able to get insights into whether or not infiltration is even possible.
DM, is Elvira still in the room?
Yes.
I would raise my hand and be like, I'm sure Elvira's agents have been keeping some sort of watch on Zane. Do you have anything to add?
We have not been able to keep direct watch on Zane or the Stronghold in the last couple of weeks. Unfortunately, Lyle's expertise has been shipped elsewhere at the moment. But based on the reports that I got from him and Breath, we do have at least a corroborating idea of the map that is presented here. I, of course, have no problem sending resources of my own to help with infiltration. It is more my strong suit than some of Rexus's more straightforward approaching soldiers. He gets a little offended.
What is our most recent in his movement? I believe we should start there.
We have not been able to make our way inside into the mountain. We can confirm that he nor a large force has not left the mountain in at least the last month.
So it's relatively safe to assume he's.
Unless they have ways of moving that we are unaware of.
We don't know what he's truly capable of.
Hell, he might have a tapestry of his own. Some form or another.
Did any of your scout spies use any type of detect magic tracking, etc.? Know if people are at least still inside, even if he may be unknown?
We have not been able to get close enough recently. Just out of keeping caution from what we have already seen, I did not want to risk losing anybody who was not capable enough of infiltrating the mountain to gather resources without getting caught. They, from the intel you all gave us, and that came back from Lyle and Breath, we fear that they are far more capable than we originally had given them credit, which would explain why it took us so long to realize how bad the situation had gotten. Well, it sounds like we have at least an understanding of transportation, the fact that a small contingent of the lot of you, plus Rexus and Leola at least, will leave here transporting the tapestry. Once you make it to a position closer to the stronghold, you will assess the situation and determine next steps for whether it is releasing the army to then march on the stronghold or infiltrating as close to the stronghold as possible and then releasing an assault. I assume some combination of you has way of reaching word to us on the other side to let us know when when you get closer and when to prepare to start marching. Yes,
We do.
wonderful.
Yes.
So I believe that leaves the only topic left potentially on the table is the killing or stealing of this demon.
Yes. Please. I know you all said you had your methods, and um, we'd like to hear what your plan is to deal with Zaid.
Right. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did say we were going to let them go first on that one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Depending on what they say, I'd keep my mouth shut. So
Well, hopefully, maybe they'll just be aligned with us. Maybe they have a very similar plan, and then that makes things easy on that side. And we just say, "Yep, that's what we had too," and here it is. Here's the symbol, and we move. And then we're good.
Don't have to eat them.
You want to eat Leola anyway, right? You actually like her.
No, Zane, they won't let me. They won't let me eat them.
And it seems like you and Rexus are about to be buddies. Now you're going to be battle buddies.
I mean, you could eat him, but his soul's gonna come back again. The whole issue.
Yeah, I'm not sure that eating him would actually stop it.
What about part of him? I take his arms.
It could be interesting to find out.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna turn him
That's
into like a normal Ken doll.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Just eat
Get
his
real
legs
lucky
and keep him in prison like that.
Yeah, just immediately get lucky and pull off both his arms. Possible. I've yet to roll today, so we'll find out.
How long? We're a week out from this assault?
Yeah.
Okay.
Evan just goes like, I rolled a grapple. I cast arm rip.
You saying I can't do it?
Certainly can try.
It's the best thing.
Certainly.
Certainly try. Yes, he can. That's
Yeah.
right.
I'm a believer.
I knew it.
All right. Well, as far as potential options we have, I'm not going to lie. We had come to the same general conclusion that you all had, that unfortunately, without being able to track down and kill the spirit or soul or whatever they have back to their home plane, it is very difficult to fully stop a demon. We have looked into ways of binding or capturing, several of which are slightly out of our current capabilities. Um, we, how do I want to say this? Callus would kind of speak up. We have devised two possibilities that could work. The first is, well, rather dangerous, but has potential. You see, he kind of wanders forward. There is a dagger in my family's possession that would give someone the ability to, how do I assert their will upon a defeated enemy. It is a gamble of sorts, but if one was able to bring such a creature low and force themselves upon them with a will stronger than what existed, they might be able to force a form of servitude. Enough to potentially quell this problem.
Interesting.
Do you believe one among you has such a will?
I believe one among you does. See, the older gentleman just looks to Saishori, smiles a little bit.
Mm. Interesting.
Okay.
I thought he was gonna look at me.
Go home.
You're not the main character.
Get him. The, the second option um, is potentially more dangerous, but if if we believe the studies of Daemonkind, which I have put some time into in my past, um, somewhere in his possessions, he would have a keepsake or a tether, something that connects him to his his home, his world. Um, if you could find that, there is ways of not severing the connection, but redirecting. Say he dies on the material plane instead of going back to whatever hole in the abyss his home. It was to come here to me. Smiles.
Wait, which one was that?
This is
Okay.
Kyler's.
Kylos?
Kylos.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it. Hmm. Well, let's Zaishori. Uh, what do you think about the first idea? Are you comfortable with that? Wielding the dagger, overpowering his will. What what exactly does that mean?
I look to the council. What does that mean? What makes you so sure I have the will to overpower him?
Kylos kind of looks up. Well, it takes someone of incredible will and fortitude to march in here and stand up for everything they believe in. You have what my parents would call moxie.
Nice.
For the record, I think I could also do it. I just don't. Daggers look weird in my hand, so I said I wouldn't.
Same.
Right? It looks weird. It's just tiny. What is this? It's a fucking toothpick.
Exactly. And I don't even have teeth. Why would I have
I know, right?
crazy?
Leola is like, I don't use swords.
I do like this.
You would.
I mean, my plan.
I'll just silently nod. Like, he got me.
So I'd have to use it once he's down, correct?
Once he has been beaten lower, it makes it easier to exert yourself upon him. You could do it sooner, it just might be more difficult. And if he is as powerful as you have all made him sound, I would not risk potentially losing yourself to attempt this.
Lose myself? So what happens if it doesn't work?
Well, it what he's trying to say, Yuki would speak up. What he's trying to say is this isn't a one-way street. It is a contestant of will. If you're not up to it, he could take you.
Okay, I understand. It's an option.
Or you could send his soul to me.
And what exactly is your plan if his soul does make it to you? You have a means of binding it.
Torture mostly.
Well, that's fair.
Forever.
Yeesh.
I'm not concerned with whether you torture him or not. It's more a question of ensuring that once he is with you, he can't simply return. Huh?
Oh, once he's with me, he will be with Agnes. And once he's with Agnes, he will not return.
I'm gonna give Yuki a look that says like, "Are you gonna explain what's going on here?"
College, she's got some kinks. It's fine.
He is referring to sending him below to the prison. Yes, of course. Agnes is a great warden. For people looking it up in their notes, Agnes is the double lord that Callus is representative of. Well, yes, that's certainly still on the table, Callus. Do not worry. We will make sure that is right up there with one of the options. Well, we have presented the two options that we have found. Sounds like we might go dagger, but sending to an eternal torment in prison sounds good too. Yes. So that is what we have. I leave it to you. It has been we've been going for some time now. If you need a chance to take a brief recess, we can. We can break for lunch and reconvene. Or if you'd like to continue, we certainly have no problem hammering out the rest of the details. We just want to make sure you are all um, taken care of. Course.
I guess.
All right.
Robbie?
Is there any popular local cuisine around here?
Oh boy.
I mean, there's several. Like, you've been here for a month.
I usually
Where have
eat.
you been eating?
Well, we usually don't like sit down and have nice stuff, so I just have good berries typically. They get me through
Ah.
things.
Fascinating.
Don't eat.
Well, that one I understand.
Yeah.
Anyway, 15 for lunch. Fantastic. If you'd like, there is you are familiar with the recess chamber. If you would like to use that for discussion, you may feel free. We are going to break here for lunch and we will return shortly.
Sounds good.
Yep.
To the chamber.
You all find yourselves. You exit through one of that same familiar side exit that leads to that small kind of just chamber for you all to relax. There's some benches. There's some food laid out already. But it is up to you whether or not you want Elvira present with you, or if you want her to split off from you. That's up to you. You could keep it just the party, or you can bring her with you.
I kind of looked at the rest of the party to kind of gauge their reaction.
I'm good with her coming.
I had kind of wanted to speak there. Tactical things with our map. Over it with Rex.
And we kind of need the cartographer for that.
Okay, sounds good. Elvira's coming.
Wonderful. All right. You are all led into that side chamber and have your privacy.
How do you guys feel about their ideas compared to ours?
Well, I mean, the fate of a lot rides on this side, Shori. If they believe in you, I say it never hurts to have a backup. Take the dagger, and if you're able to overpower him, if our idea doesn't pan out the way we want, that
Well,
could be a way to do it.
The dagger could facilitate our idea to make our lives go a lot easier,
That too.
considering we need him to be evil. Anyway, before I get ahead of myself, where's our map?
I'll get out the map.
Map is laid out.
I was thinking. Now, back me up here if I'm wrong. Valkyrie and I. We do something similar as we did last time, and we have a diversion. And then we have this entrance here, this entrance here. We try to get intel the day of or day before. Create a diversion either this side or over here, and bring the tapestry to the opposite side. So we have a higher success chance of our breaking through. If we can't, get inside to really.
I agree. Some variation on the, on the shock and awe plan from last time. Now we will certainly have to account for them being on higher alert this time around. But if we're able to get the tapestry to a secure enough location inside the wall, or at least a defensible position, we'll be able to get the reinforcements we need to get this done. But I honestly, I want to help these people as much as possible. But if it's going to be too dangerous to infiltrate, I have no issue at all telling them you're going to need to do a frontal assault and simply overwhelm them with numbers.
Oh, I have no qualms with that. Qualms with that, but try. Anybody else?
So, similar to our last plan.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright.
The thought had also crossed my mind to give 7 bag of holding tapestry and somehow launch him over the wall into that big courtyard.
I wouldn't count on that.
Yeah.
I'm not confident in what might happen if we try to contain this extra dimensional portal contained within this artifact within a bag of holding. DM, actually, I'd like to make an Arcana check on what I think would happen there.
Black hole. You know the answer.
Okay, so yeah, all right. So it's the same exact idea as a bag of holding and a bag of holding. All right.
Okay.
So yes, extra dimensional space inside an extra dimensional space is not something we want to do unless we want to be running from the tieflings themselves after we've destroyed their artifact and means of accessing their home. So,
Not even as a last resort.
I mean, maybe as a last resort, but
Could we send Tinkers or Zothin with 2 bags of holding and let them find them?
Again, these are last resorts because these sorts of things are extremely unpredictable, and you do not want to be thinking about them as an active part of the plan. So, okay. Vinteth, do you mean to tell them? We can just tell them we'll go with one of.
I
Do you
mean,
mean to tell them about about your potential option? I can simply speak to them about the portals, but I mean, sorry, about the binding, but I imagine they're going to ask what we'll be doing with his soul. And if I don't have an answer to that,
we could simply ask if they have a soul gem, then that would solve one problem because we can let them in on the entire plan. And then, either
oh, you're right. That's
yeah.
our problem right now, right? We
Yeah.
could ask them if they have an additional soul gem for our use.
And
That's not a bad
then
idea.
I could speak to Babby about just helping me free Armon, or we just tell them we're going to use their soul gem and I go with my plan originally, and we see what happens. Either way, it'll also give us a backup soul gem to try it again. Could we, the worst happened the first time. Hence why I would like multiple rugs. This needs to fucking work, Ravi.
You're right. And I think a backup plan and a backup plan for that are good options when we have no idea what Zane might have in his back pocket. Okay, so we'll ask them about the soul gem, and you can detail that portion of the plan, Vinteth.
We have Elvira here. Elvira, do you think they have a soul gem?
I have no idea what a soul gem is.
Right. Well, hopefully
Huh.
Kylus might.
I think it sounds something up his alley.
We were. How do I put this? We were asking for help from a friend that you've met already about the same idea of how to stop him from letting his soul escape. Right? Come up with a binding ritual, but we need a medium to. That's kind of where we're at. That was going to be our plan we presented. I really do like the dagger plan. That would stop him from trying to escape and killing himself to escape. I may have a way to stop him if he does manage to return to his soul form. We've yet to experiment with that yet. But we're working on it. The more options, the better.
Options are certainly something necessary in this predicament. I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask the council. They are very resourceful.
Noted. I just didn't want to jump the gun. Okay. Haha! I have a plan. Everything is solved. Because we have no idea if it will.
It is certainly a fair way to go about your planning.
Do you have any ideas?
Honestly, a lot of these soul gems and transferring of souls is a bit above my pay grade. I am. I focus mostly on intelligence gathering and sneaking about and espionage and things of that nature. It's kind of the prong of the pitchfork that I play in our military efforts. Rexus handles most of the brawn and might. I am more the gentle touch.
I was hoping. Intelligence gap. Previous. Doesn't hurt to ask.
Of course. No, I have not had much dealings with demons as they were. Um, unfortunately, and people of our ilk are very protective of their secrets, I suppose.
All learning together. Yes, I should very much like that. Or two to spare, so I could practice. Alright, we have a plan. Where's the food?
There's been food here the whole time. I've been eating this entire time.
Look in front of your face, man.
Yeah, bro, you weren't eating.
I've
thought you
spent the
would've
last
at least
I spent the
snuck a
last
bite in
30
between
hours
talking.
drawing ritual circles over and over and over and over
Oh god, he
And over.
can't see the food.
And over.
All he can see are ritual circles.
and over and over.
Mm.
I'm gonna hold my hand out like somebody give me food.
While Vinteth is distracted. He seems to be having a rough time. I want him.
God damn it.
Nice.
Get him.
Awesome. Good
Yeah.
timing.
What save was this? Wisdom save?
Yeah.
11.
You just make it now?
I think the thing was a 10.
Yeah. Yeah. Just made
Yeah.
it. But if I did it sneakily, would he have disadvantage?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Evan, I have to speak. Fucking not.
Look,
Oh my god!
God.
Oh my god! The creepy ass smile as he goes back in there. Oh my god! Those guys are gonna look at each other like, "Wow, we thought Kylus was creepy, but this guy is next level. What does he want to do with Zane?"
Pilot comes over. I sense a kindred spirit.
Look, it's been real stressful, and I've already dealt with an exchanging of wills. It did not really go my way.
Oh, that's a good point, Seven. How did it feel?
And I look at him like, I won myself and I choose to fail.
You don't have a mouth.
Doesn't stop me.
True.
It's true.
I need expressions for this.
Just need to
It's-
get you one of those dials on your chest. Like my mood is.
Yeah. And the it's not good. It's dark. It's loss. It's emptying.
Hmm.
Being consumed.
We need to get Seven like a slate and chalkboard to hang around his neck so he could just draw what face he feels like he's making.
Well, I could just rage. That's the easiest feeling to express. But no.
We could just
Oh, I
draw.
still-
We could just draw with chalk directly onto your face. If that wouldn't offend you.
Oh, I'm glad you said that part.
I mean, you would be doing it yourself, but you know. Seven, are you happy right now? And it's just a straight fucking chalk line from ear to ear.
Yes, this is great joy, but I still have my good and bad rock, right?
You didn't get rid of it. You just haven't needed it.
We
I
we gotta
haven't
get him we gotta get him stage play props. We'll get him like fake mouth stuff for himself.
want to demonstrate like an overwhelming, crushing feeling.
Okay, devastating, overwhelming,
I know how to express
crushing.
the Vinteth now. Yeah, crushing.
You just need,
This is what
you
it
just
feels
need that.
like. I hug Vinteth. All
You
my
just need a set of masks on a stick. Just
yeah,
Yeah.
Hug him good.
yeah,
Give him
I
that
can
big
roll.
time.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's that roll to demonstrate crushing through a hug?
an athletics check contested. Because I'm assuming Vinteth isn't
Okay.
allowing this.
Yeah, 25.
Oh my god.
12.
Get him.
Um, 7, as you chase Vinteth around the room, Vinteth, is you're shoveling food into your mouth, trying to catch up because everyone else has been eating for the last 20 minutes. The door eventually knocks and swings open as like one of the, helpers of the elders kind of like, the elder council is ready to meet. As just Vinteth, you're just grabbed out of the air and just brought into like a crushing bear hug. Just
Flesh and bone, Seven. Can't breathe. Can't breathe.
They,
Will release
they're
That
ready
is
for
what
you.
felt like.
He starts
I'll
tapping
let
on his
them
arm.
know you're gonna be a minute, and he closes the door and just leaves.
Yeah, this is what a contest of wills feels like, and mine is stronger than yours.
Let me go.
Yeah, I'll let him go.
I
I won't even drop him. I'll just place him down. Do gentle. I'm not injuring anyone.
Mhm.
Ravi, can you Make him not look crushed.
I might have some minor illusion magic. He does look a bit. Here, I'm gonna prestidigitate the wrinkles out of his his clothing, and at least I can. It's something, Vintage.
The vestments are pressed and pristine, covering up the dents of of bent-in metal breastplate underneath.
Suji, I'm gonna need you to buff this out a bit.
Do you think I just have buffing tools on me all the time?
Later.
Oh, you're really just gonna go in there looking like that? Okay.
Ravi fixed my robes. Breastplate doesn't matter.
As long as he looks presentable, it's all that matters for the moment.
We'll clean you up, you fucking mess. Have you even eaten yet? You're still fucking around. We gotta get back in there soon.
I'm gonna hold up a little meat pie thing. Whatever this is, it's really good.
I liked it too. I'm just not going to question what sort of meat is in that pie.
It's lizard.
That is
No,
that is usually the safest thing to do here. It tastes good. Accept it. And just move on.
Quite right.
Sounds like they are ready for us. Are you all finished? How they say? Fucking around? Yeah.
yeah.
I
Yes.
never. Well, yes, I guess that is what we would do.
Right. Yes. Let's head out. Elvira will lead you all out back into the Elder's Chamber. As you all exit back into the chamber, Leola will kind of look up. Welcome back, everybody. Yuki said, I can lead the second half of this conversation because I am an elder too.
So nods at her. Yeah, she is.
Yeah. So, did you all have a nice lunch?
Yes,
Yeah.
the meat pie's got high marks.
Oh, I too like the meat pies. What were we talking about
Delicious.
again? Right, I'm bored.
Vain plan.
Oh, right. Yes, they're going to go kill a guy. That's fun. So, Kailis, he told us his plans, and if I remember correct, you might have plans, and then we are gonna say we're gonna do it, and then we're going to go kill the bad guy.
That sums it up, huh?
And then have meat pies.
Um, Vinteth?
Yes. I'll step
Please.
forward. I'd like to address Elder Kylus, as you seem to be the one that might have an answer to my query. Do you have access to soul gems?
He kind of narrows his eyes at you. Now, when you say soul gems, Do you mean gem that has soul overty in it? Or a prison for
Uh,
souls?
uh, then one that would be empty, possible soul into.
Hmm. I do know a thing or two about prisons. I don't know if I have a gem, but maybe some coin.
Hmm.
It would be bad currency, though. I guess not every money is good money. Put him in an electrum or something.
I may have a way to soul from provided beat him completely. You know, as a backup plan in case the dagger plan. If we can't capture him alive, maybe we'll just capture his soul. You mentioned sending his soul to you earlier.
Yes.
Do that.
Oh, you just need to corrupt his anchor point.
Uh,
The easiest way is once you find the anchor point, you take some of this, and you see he kind of reaches into a pouch. You take some of these, and he kind of like takes out a pouch, probably about baseball size, and just like pulls out like a fine like dust type material, and he kind of just like sprinkles it back into the bag. If you were to administer this to his anchor points, I could corrupt his anchor point.
hmm.
And then he would come to me. Yes.
Yet another option I do like. If you would trust me with this substance, so if you're not going to try, as long as we could find his anchor. But I would still like to try the soul capture, another option.
Yes, I can give this to you. Hands you bag.
What is this substance exactly? Is there anything else I should know about it?
Graveyard dirt.
Does it have any other functions aside from corrupting anchor points?
You could cover a grave with it.
I meant in the magical sense.
There are certain spells that do require it as a component.
I meant more so along the lines of being careful with, considering that I can't find his anchor point, right? And we do manage to trap his soul. Would this coming in contact with the soul gem, soul coin, whatever we manage to use, would that free him? Would that corrupt the coin? Yeah.
Oh, of course. This is just dirt from a graveyard.
I'm just making sure that I don't have to take any special precautions. You never know.
No.
The pouch away. But back to capturing soul. You said coin?
Yes, we don't have any, at least not that I know of, gems. But we do have access to currency that has the capabilities of trapping a soul.
Can we explore that?
I mean, it is possible.
Is there any special kind of spell, ritual that practice?
I mean, it is usually, this is where it gets tricky. It's done via contract. So if you can convince him to sell his soul or sacrifice his soul and lose it some way, it can go into the coin.
If Zaishori were to succeed in the battle of tell him this?
I don't see why not.
I'm going to smile a wide smile, extend my hand, and like offer to shake his hand. I love when a plan starts coming together.
He will, with a kind of shaky, elderly hand, shake your hand back. Well, I don't know if I love that, but those two probably should not be allowed near each other for a long period of time. I'm just going to say that one out loud.
I'm just trying to cover our bases.
Useful to have in times like these, though.
I didn't say they weren't useful. I'm saying that collaboration of whatever that is should not be allowed to happen in an extended period of time. I worry. I worry a lot.
I don't think anyone blames you.
Anyway, so unless anybody else has any other ideas, thoughts, things that they would like to bring up, maybe an idea of not using the tapestry one more time. Anyone? Anyone? No.
I think that matter's closed.
Yes. All right. We have the Elder Council of Zephyr, in accordance with our previous determined considerations, do hereby fully endorse and support your current plan as it has been discussed here in this chamber, as it will be continued to be planned out within the next week before you all will be making your final preparations to head out the travel from here to the mountain range, which should be roughly 3 days or so, give or take. And again, we will be prepared to move at constant conversation with somebody on the ground troops, letting us know when to be prepared to launch once the tapestry has been successfully um, deployed. Deployed seems like the right word. Um, and of course, you have access to whatever resources we have discussed or that you can acquisition within the next week. Feel free to place any requests down below through official channels. And if there's nothing else, I will call this meeting adjourned.
Oh, wait. Is the dagger here?
Kyrus kind of steps forward. It's not here. It's at my family estate. I can bring it to you.
Thank you.
Of course.
Okay.
Right. Seven Deadly Sins, if you have no other matters or urgent business you'd like to discuss at this time, I will call this evening's meeting adjourned.
think that about covers it. Thank you to the council for allowing us to present and for putting your trust in us. We will do the same to you.
Yes, very well. So when we next meet, it will be, suppose, when you all depart. So gather your things, finish your preparations. An assault's coming. I hope you're ready.
Oh man.
Made ready.
And as the elder meeting later in the evening has been called to a close, you spend your entire day here just hashing out and going through finer details and having conversations. As you exit the elder's chambers and you make your way back through the city proper for what comes next, you have 1 week to finish your preparations before you begin the trek back through the wastes for an inevitable showdown with Zane and the rest of the Horn Hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
That's
go.
will end tonight's session.
Hey.
Doing it.
Wait.
Yes. Waiting.
I'm not sure she said wait. I think she just made a noise.
I
Oh,
heard
I,
wait.
I swore I
I heard
dude, I
wait.
heard wait
no,
too.
no.
I said
Well,
toy.
anyway.
I was like, bro,
Oh.
this is oh my god, tight.
Holy,
I was
holy-
like, wow. After we thought you said wait, I was like, wow, this is some serious dramatic tension she is building up right now with this pause.
Anyway, that will be where we end tonight's session.
So excited.
Nice.
As we prepare for what is to come. It's gonna be fun on a bun, y'all.
Yeah.
Heck,
It's either
heck
death or
yeah.
glory. There's no in
That's
between.
right. Woo!
Oh, I assure you, there is in between.
Against a greater demon.
Well, damn.
I
Oh
mean,
wait,
shit.
I did have a
this-
question.
I can still answer those.
Who has the ring of spell storing right now?
That's a good
Ooh.
I
question.
was thinking about that earlier.
I did not actually have it.
Bro, I think we've used that more than anybody. Okay, well, if you don't have it, then either I or Zaishori has it. Either way, we know we have it. We didn't lose it. So,
Okay,
are you
good.
asking to use it again? Is that the deal?
Yeah, I need to use it for next session for sure.
Yeah, that would be part of our pre-plan, who's going to have that, what spells they want, etc. Doing a thing. Oh man, I have a lot of shit to do.
How many
I have to
spell levels
I
does
have to
the
be there with the tapestry in case some shit goes wrong, and then I got to contribute on the spell circle. That's gonna be. I feel like I'm gonna be like it's just gonna be mostly utility for me in this fight. I'm guessing at least, but we'll see.
how many spell levels does the ring sword again? Was it 3 or 5?
5 levels worth, so that could be 1/5, or that could be 5 firsts, or anything in between.
Oh, and I still have the deck of illusions. Not sure. if it'll be
Remember,
hard
in
to-
terms of our backup plan, so Zaishori's going to get the dagger. We've got the circle for him. We've got the gem for the binding. And then Oh shit, I had something for this. Oh yeah, duh. And then as a backup plan, if we really can't fucking like the manacles, which 7 will have, could potentially restrain him, even if that might not be perfect, but it's an option for us too. So I feel like we have a lot of different plans that all basically sum up to beat the shit out of this guy until we are able to get him to stop moving and then do something about it. Which is I'm good with.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. And then I already told you
Yeah.
all in terms of just general strategy. I would not count on it working, but I'm gonna try to wall of force seal him away from people, assuming I can. If something goes wrong with the mechanism, I might have to stay back and deal with that. In the heat of battle, we have no idea what's gonna go on with that. So, but yeah, that's my thinking there.
Did he have wings?
I'm pretty sure he had wings. So we
He
have
did
to
have
account for him being able to fly.
Sheesh.
Yep. I'm gonna put a wall of force in a beat of time, and I'm gonna throw it at him. And we're gonna hope that he can't teleport. Because if he can teleport, then all I've done is make him use one of his teleports. We're gonna have a pretty solid ground team, though. I gotta say, two of it's obviously all of us, 2 of their members, plus Sunny and Babby. Who am I forgetting?
Are we gonna have
Oh, Simon. Yeah, that's right. Oh, and Blution. Blution's coming with us.
Lucian.
Under contract, baby.
So much money.
And Chris gets to have some fun. Play 2 characters for a little bit.
Hell yeah.
And that to me is worth the pittance and money we are paying Blution. It's no, in the scheme of this world, we're paying him a lot of money. It's just not a lot compared to the amount of money we currently have in our possession. So it felt like an easy decision to add one more guy to maybe put a couple pot shots into Zane or take some people out. So what is he? He's a level he's just like us. He's level 8, right? But he's a gunslinger. Is he pure gunslinger?
Yes.
They're gunslinger.
Nice.
Pure
pretty
fighter, gunslinger subclass, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
We're just gonna cause some havoc. We're gonna use Darkness of Lucian in a small area with spike growth.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The darkness.
Everyone's just getting shredded.
Yeah. I can't go.
Why did you blind all of us? I thought they wouldn't be able to see it.
It'll be fine. We got this.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.